Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first official episode of Buy It or Boot It. My name is Kip, and this is America Bumper to Bumper. And thanks for everybody who's here. And yes, Grant, I did start 1 minute early. So what we're gonna be doing, I gotta share a new screen so we can get things going here. But so I put out the post on Monday saying anybody give me areas to look at, and kind of nobody did. So I found out a new way to do it, and it's this random zip generator. So this is what it came up with initially. We're not going to specifically go with that screen or those areas. So I got 3 zip codes in there. Oh, and for anyone who's here that doesn't know what Buy It or Boot It is, we're going to take these zip codes and we're going to go over to Facebook Marketplace. We're going to put in a amount of money. That's something you guys can help with that are still in the chat. Can you sneak one? Absolutely, Grant. So I'm going to put that down to 2. So we'll do yours, and then we'll do 2 others that this random zip generator will come up with. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do whatever you got, Grant. Then we got Benton Harbor, Michigan, and Butler, Pennsylvania. So let's change. I got to change one little thing here because, who doesn't want to see this ugly mug? Oh, there I am. Now we're going to go over here. Okay, Facebook Marketplace. All right, Grant. Give me your location. Hey, Walt, thanks for coming in. Okay, we got 57101. That doesn't look like it's in America, so let's try this again. That makes no sense. 57101. Grant, what's the name of your town? Because it's not liking the zip code. Although, look at all the cars you find in whatever country. That is a lot of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's okay. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, Facebook Marketplace brought up somewhere overseas. Here's it. We can do. We'll go with Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's fine. I just needed to know where. SIOUX, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We're good with South Dakota. All right. All right. So now let's take price range that you want to check out, and then we will get this party started. And Walt, you can throw out a price too if you want. We'll just. Yeah, so low and high, correct. Yeah, that's one of those. Okay, Walt, if you want to throw out some numbers, otherwise I'm just going to yell out to the family here, and they'll give me some prices. That way, weird combo. Yeah, that's a very good one, Grant. I like your thinking. Let's see, is Walt still with us? Well, there's 2 people here, so I'm going to say that Walt's probably still with us. 7,500. All right, so we'll do 7,500 at the low end, and we'll go up to, I usually like a 2,000 or so spread, so we'll go up to 10,000 just to make it interesting. And let's start. Oh, one other thing I always do. I always like the older cars because, you know, I'm kind of weird that way. So we'll go everything up to 95. And let's start throwing out some vehicles. I'll scroll through slowly. Now, I wish that this came up the same, you know, view for everybody, because I know I've gone back and checked, you know, the same thing later on, and there's always different cars. So, although I got to say, it's kind of interesting. You got 2 Camaro convertibles right on the top there. Okay. See anything interesting, guys? And also, if you guys just could do me a huge favor and just share this out on your social media so that we can try and get as many people in here as possible. And Grant, you want to take a look at that Nissan? Absolutely. We'll go back up and take a look at that. It definitely does look pretty cool. Just shared it on Twitter. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And the vets. So we'll hit one of those vets after we'll take a look at the Nissan first. Come on. All right. We have got an 85 Nissan Pickup. And the description is Nissan's monster truck powered by a 4.3 V6. Wonder if that's a GM motor that's in it. Older frame-off restoration that was meticulously done. Huge lift. Yeah, it's a pretty good lift. With 36 by 14.5 Super Swampers. Nice. Tires mounted on weld wheels. Decent. Always garage kept and in excellent condition. A truly must-see. Yep. That's a really nice looking truck. I will definitely say that. You can tell that it's been restored. No, Pete, it's not Friday. This is the new show. This is just buy it or boot it. And then Friday we do our news. But I'm sure you're joking about that because I'm sure you know what's going on. All right, so let's go back to the pictures on this Nissan Pickup. I gotta say that it looks very well put together. I like the roll bars that's in there. Pretend. Yeah, she can pretend it's Friday. The worst thing about it is you know that you have to go to work tomorrow. I gotta say, you know, they've done some really good work on this this truck. The restoration paint looks really good. Interior is very nice for a 1985. Got race harnesses in there so that you're safe. Forgot to take your old man meds. Oh, geez. Yeah, truck's getting old now, doesn't it there, Pete? I gotta say that I don't really care for. The fabric all over the dash, that looks kind of weird to me, but that's, again, just me. But again, this is a nicely put together truck. All right, so this price on this is $9,995. It's 180,000, 138,000 miles on it. You saw the manual transmission. So first off, inaugural first vehicle on this Buy It or Boot It first episode. What do you guys think? Would you pay 10 grand for this truck? I gotta say, I would. I'd get rid of the fabric on the dash, but I would. I'd spend 10 grand on it. Looks like a BM. Yeah, no, it did kind of look like an auto shifter. But let's see if we can go back and find that picture. Maybe it's got more space in the. Yeah, that kind of doesn't look like there's a whole lot of space to, unless it's a 4-speed, perhaps. Let's give another look at that. No, it doesn't. That's the best, kind of your best picture of the shifter. You got the high-low hiding underneath that. I don't know. Hey, Laney, how are you? Glad that you could be in for this. Bitch, jeez, how nice. So does more costly fabric make it worth more? I don't know what the whole deal with that is. I think it's worth our price range, but I think it's I'm not offering out of 8. That's a valid point. Grant. So what do y'all think the rest is? Cramming for exams. Ooh, how lucky there, Laney. Well, I'm glad you're here for as long as you are. It's always nice to have lots of people in the chat. Makes it a lot more interesting. As I said, I don't have a particular problem with 10 grand. I would maybe knock off some money for all that fabric on the dash, but definitely within the price range. I'll see more of the drivetrain. That's actually a very good point, Walt. They didn't show any pictures of what it's got under the hood. So, very interesting. Was just wondering, look at the... Well, those things are different. You know, the 16 or even the Bugatti, that you expect a little bit more plushness, I guess you want to call it. But a mud truck, nah, I want everything as plastic and, you know, vinyl as possible, so that if water, mud, and whatever gets in while I'm out having fun, I'm not going to get it all over, you know, the fabric. However, I'm sure this truck could do well off-road, but it looks more like a show truck than it does a real off-road rig. I could be wrong, but overall, not bad. So we got an 8,000 range for Grant. What do you rest of you think? Do you think the 10 grand is worth it? Are we gonna buy it, or are we gonna boot it to the curb? While you guys think about that and put your comments in there, I'm gonna scroll down and we're gonna pick one of those Corvettes that Walt wants, and then we'll. Oh, we got so many. Let's go with the 91. And more than 94 or 8,400. Good. Cushion, that's true. Cushion during rollovers, but I didn't see any other than the roll bar in the bed. I didn't see anything inside. Okay, so let's take a look at this 91 Corvette, and it's a convertible with the hardtop, which is kind of nice. Of course, they don't give a whole lot of description, but we got a 91 Corvette, 78,752 miles, manual transmission. And it says, throw on some Motley Crue in this hot rod and do burnouts all the way down Sanborn. Kickstart my heart, baby. Red, yep. All right, cool. So let's take a look through. And as I said, hardtop is included in the car. That's something you don't see a lot on these C4 Corvettes. So this is kind of a nice thing. Hardtop alone, yeah, that's very true. I have to say, I don't know that I've ever seen a C4 with a hardtop like that, and I think that looks pretty good. It reminds me a lot of the C5 Z06, but again, that looks pretty good. I do like the ZR1 style of headlight or tail lights that they upgraded to for the late C4 run. I think that looks a whole lot cleaner than the rounds from the earlier cars. Paint looks really good. Typical Corvette rims. And so far, or at least from this distance, interior is not bad. Of course, these Corvettes were not known for... Oh, you had a Corvette with that hardtop. Nice. Very, very nice. So yeah, I don't really care about, the light switch. I want to see stuff like dashboard and steering wheel. Not a bad, typical, late 80s, early 90s GM look to it. Upgraded stereo system. And it's got 6-speed. That was a nice upgrade from... I can't remember when they actually started putting 6-speeds in the vets. Anyways, so we've got 79.94. It kind of feels like too good to be true with only a few miles. I think it's actually worth it as long as it's an LT1 car. That's a very good point. Another car that doesn't show us what the engine is. I have to... I do believe that 91s were the start of the LT1 in the Corvette. I'll have to do some more research and make sure that that is true. But overall, a good-looking car. Definitely tell it's at a dealership, and I do like that hardtop. It really does make it look good. So what are we going to do, guys? Are we going to buy this 91 Corvette with 78,000 miles? 92 was an LT1. Ooh, now that might change things for people. So roughly $8 grand for old 350 engine, not the LT1, which in my opinion is the better engine, but barely clipped 91. Yeah, that's what I wasn't a whole too sure on it. Oh, don't you hate it when you buy those, sell those sorts of things, and you could use it. But yeah, no, the Corvettes lackluster for the C4s early on. Okay, the L98 tune port. So technology-wise, not the greatest, but basically the basic architecture of that engine has been around for forever. So should be pretty reliable. Other than, yeah, definitely. You're absolutely correct, Benny. Thanks for coming in. Definitely needs an LS1 or different engine swapped into it. So, okay, what do you guys think? Are we going to buy it or are we going to boot this car? I'm going to start scrolling through, and you guys, nope, OptiSpark on the 90 and 91. Is OptiSpark do explain. No, says Laney. You're not going to buy a Corvette for $8 grand. All right. So we've got one no, and oh my God, look at all the Corvettes that are in Sioux Falls for sale or in that area. Dang. Walt saying bye. Lenny is saying no. Grant is saying boot it. So far, the boot it's habit. Boot all C4s minus the LT5. Very good point. Yep. All right. So Benny is booting it. It looks like at this point, we're booting the 91 Corvette. All right, guys. What do you guys see that we want to take a look at now? If you want me to start back at the top, let me know and I'll go back up. Oh, donk. Or it's a Lingenfelter. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What do you guys feel about the front distributor? Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go back up to the Formula. What do you guys think about the Callaway Corvettes? Just on a side note. All right, Pete has requested, and then we'll go down to that 81 Camaro. Grant, no problem. We have 79 Firebird Formula, $7,800. All we know that it's got an automatic transmission. Let's read through here. Don't drive this much as much as I would like to. I have another project in mind and would like to make room. 99,000 miles on the body, 400 motor, not original, auto trans, new tires and battery. The interior and paint are decent, but not perfect. So basically it's a driver. Text with more questions. Let's take a look through the 5. Well, I really don't think, Grant, you can go wrong with the Lingenfelter or the Callaway. They're both top-notch cars. This is a really nice. I liked how they upgraded to the F-body Trans Am Firebird rims. Those look pretty good on the car. I want to think it was a Lingenfelter that was twin turbo. Callaway, I want to say, was more into body kits than else. I could be wrong on that. And you're right, Walt. I do like the earlier 77, 78 grills than the kind of punchy, plasticky ones that you see on the later, 79 to 81s. But not a bad looking car regardless. What else we got in here? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. The second gen Camaro Firebirds, those earlier cars definitely looked a lot better than these. But when we get to, of course, if you grew up with Smokey and the Bandit, you just kind of love that 77, 78 look. Definitely got more clunky when they went to this front end. Decent interior. It's definitely, like I say, a driver with the seats and that fabric on the center console. So a little work. You'd definitely, let's see, I also thought the dash was, no, I guess the dash is pretty good. Maybe a crack right there. Maybe there's another picture we can look at. Yeah. And maybe not. All right, guys. So we've got a 400 V8 automatic, 99,000 miles, $7,800. And what are we going to do, guys? We're going to buy it or boot it. And we've got Pete saying, depending on frame rust. That's a very good point. Yeah, but I know, yeah, definitely those, the Bandit cars, basically nothing in the late, 70s and, early 80s was, fast. but it definitely looked good doing it, whatever it was. And we got Grant, you also in that, but I have an idea. I want to try. Yeah, very, very good. So we got Pete with a buy. We've got Walt, Ross Broad's Restos with a buy. Try on it, yeah. Fairmont. You're gonna cheat on your Fairmont? Oh yeah, dude, definitely hop those things up pretty good. All right, we're gonna stay with the second gen Camaros or Camaro Firebird siblings, and we're gonna take a look at this 81 Camaro for Grant. And this is 81 with 62,000 original miles, 7,500 bucks with an auto trans. And they tell us nice driving car, has get up and go 305. So not a ton of get up and go, but hey, always shredded. Okay, headletter sags, but is in excellent shape. Heater core, I am told, needs to be looked at. So guy probably hasn't owned this very long. Response to you saying, yeah, not yeah. Well, even my 84 Lincoln, with its 5-liter V8, wasn't fast by any stretch of the imagination. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so take a look at these the pictures of this Camaro. I do like the kind of graphics on it, and the color looks pretty cool. Like the rally wheels. Huh. I don't know if you're still in the chat room, Laney, but apparently this is your car. Yep, typical very early 80s GM interior. Plastic everywhere. Now I understand why it's called Laney, because the owner is Elaine. Not a bad looking car. Not a bad looking car. Definitely, it'd be nice if, they would, yes, got her name all over it. Yeah. It'd be nice to have a little bit more interior. It'd be nice to see what the engine actually looked like. Overall body looks pretty good. Sellers act as though they don't know much about the car. True, that's very true. And I agree. Buy it for you. Yeah, unless you know something that I don't know about some money, which I don't have any of. Definitely, it's in good shape. It's not beat like most late second-gen Camaros are. Looks pretty straight, but I want to get a lot more info on the car before I'd get near that 7,500 bucks. So I would boot it personally, but you guys are the deciders. So what are we doing with it? Lainey says buy it. At least I'm supposed to buy it for her. And Pete says boot it unless you can get it for $5. It's fair. All right. So you guys hash it out in the chat. We're going to do one more car here in Sioux Falls, and then we're going to go to our random zip code generator, and we're going to take a look at another city. We'll stay with the same price range, but we'll head off to another city. All right, what do we got here? Grant, you're saying I think it's way beyond the 5K range. I think it could put, 6,500. That sounds reasonable, but would need to know a lot more Yeah, to get in the map mark. Yep. I like the 49 custom, but keep scrolling. Okay. I don't know how things like this escape get in there. But anyways. Transit Connect. Did it not go? No, it still says 95. A fire truck, Laney? Oh. Well, you know, you are. Speaking of, that kind of looks like a Lingenfelter body kit. Sorry, guys. I'm going to take a slight detour. Not a Lingenfelter, Callaway. No. Nope, just a little hyped up. Anyway, Lenny, you want the fire truck? We'll go back up to the fire truck. Why not? Okay. We might as well do both. We'll do the fire truck because this should be an easy one, and then we'll go back to the 49 custom, and then we'll move on. Alrighty. So a 1986 Pierce Arrow fire truck, $8,000 auto trans. Oh, wow. Who knew? Exterior is red. It is a 500-gallon tanker with 1,250 gallons per minute. Failed pump test this year. 1.5-inch lines passed test, but other failed. We do not know what's wrong with the pump. We decided to buy a new truck instead. So there's not a whole lot on the. Basically, truck seems to be in good condition. It's just the pump on it's bad. So cackles maniacally. Oh. So let's take a look through here. I don't know anything about fire trucks, so I couldn't, say much there. But interior could use a good cleaning. 36,000 miles on it. Low miles. Wonder what it's got for an engine. That would be another. I'm sure it's a diesel. I guess potentially a Detroit diesel. The truck can be turned into a car hauler, or you have your own personal fire department. Yeah, actually, that would be a really cool thing to convert to a car hauler. And yeah, I'm very sure that the pumps are pricey. Well, we got a generator. It also would probably be fairly pricey or time consuming, I should say, not pricey, but time consuming to strip all that off and get it ready for, a ramp or whatever. But you definitely have, the space, and it definitely has the capacity to, carry a car. That'd be an interesting car hauler. That's a nice idea, Benny. Very, very cool. All right. So we're not going to go through the buy it or boot it on that because this is definitely a specialty vehicle. Let's go back to that 49. '49 Ford Custom. All right. Last one for Sioux Falls before we move on. We have a 49 Ford Custom, $9,500, 28,000 miles driven. I think that's probably a bit of a stretch. Oh, really? No, we're good. I got the time. We'll stick with. We'll finish up this, and then we'll head over to the next zip. Aren't a whole bunch of pictures here. Trucks sell dirt cheap here in Texas. I bet they do. So we got manual transmission, green with gray interior, 49 custom sedan. This car is in great shape. Runs and drives great. New brakes, tires, steering, shocks. Just had a recent tune-up with new plugs and wires. This is my dad's vehicle. $9,500. Wow, that is a really good interior. I love the dashboard on it. Thank you, Grant. Wow. I gotta say, you know, from the first picture of the hood up, I was not, didn't think I was going to be very impressed. But I gotta say, that's a pretty good car. That's a really nice looking car, and I like that, you know, you can actually see under the hood. Looks like a, can't tell if that's a V8 or straight 8. I guess that looks like it's on a slant, so we'll say a V8. Good looking car. So what do you guys think? Last car for Sioux Falls for this time. Would you buy this 49 sedan? Go through the pictures again while you're figuring it out. Good looking car. Good looking car. That's just me. All right. Now we're going to go to Benton Harbor, Michigan. 49022. Let's see if Facebook pulls that up. 49022. Benton Harbor, Michigan. All right, we're sticking with our 7,500 to 10 grand. And let's start scrolling through. Got a bunch of Lincolns up at top. A ton of Lincolns. We got a Mercury Monarch, Grand Wagoneer, Suburban. It's too bad. Jason isn't here. We got that 75 Cordoba, 75 Century, 76 Red Monarch. It's good looking. Very clean for it is. Let's do that. Let's take a little look. That Jeep. All right, Sean, we can definitely do the Jeep as well. Walt says a Granada. We can definitely look at that. Monarch. Okay, yeah, we can definitely. We'll definitely got that. And the 75 Century. So okay, we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna do the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and then we'll do the Century, and then we'll go from there. Yes, and this is definitely a dealership. Don't terribly care for their ads because they usually put in way more than you need to know about it, but we'll still go through it. This is a 76 a Monarch 2-door coupe, which I don't think there was a lot of those made. Very excited. It's very exciting as it only has 14,000 miles. Wow, that's pretty cool. Car has only had 3 owners, remaining in outstanding original condition throughout. You can definitely tell this is a dealership. 302 with a 3-speed manual transmission, rear-wheel drive. Yep. Floor shifter, of course. Wood interior trim, bench seat, AM, FM radio, power steering, brakes, Magnum 500 wheel. Said to be original Uniroyal Tiger Paw tires. Ooh, let's get rid of those things because, yeah. Well, anyways, blah, blah, a whole bunch of extra stuff. Let's take a look through those pictures. A lot of nice cars in the background in this one, that's for sure. Very much unloved cars, the Granadas and Monarchs. Oh, really? March 24th, 1976? Oh, ninth. Okay. I was going to say, I didn't think you were as old as me, but because I was born 13 days. 13 days. Oh gosh, not 13. 15 days before this car was purchased. Yeah, it's definitely got a very straight body. Paint looks really good for a 76. Yep, 3-speed on the floor. Gosh, back when you couldn't see your Speedo. May 9th, 1976. That's my birthday. Gotta love the faux wood. Actually, that might be real. I mean, my Lincoln's got real wood veneer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I know. I thought it was just before the 17-digit VIN. Let's be on the surface a clean, unmolested original car. Very much. Although that engine looks a little, and correct me if you guys think it's wrong. Yeah, I'll go back to that picture in a second. That engine looks a little too clean for me. That's about as good as we get on the odometer. It doesn't give a close-up. Looks like it's 14,000, but being that it's only got the 5 digits, I suppose it could be 114, but this is too good condition to be that. All right, so $9,900 for this 14 supposed 1,000-mile 76 Mercury Monarch. Well, okay, underneath you can definitely tell that this is a 14,000-mile car. There is no way. Okay, there we go. Didn't look far enough for you, Sean. There's the odometer. All right, guys, throw it in there. Buy it or boot it. I think it's a very interesting, unique car that you're not going to see at a lot of other car shows. It is in great shape. As long as they've got the documentation to verify that it is in fact only 14,000 miles, I'd try to get them around to 95, but 99 is not a bad price for that car at all, in my opinion. And we got one from Laney going bye. What are you in sync now? Sorry, couldn't help myself. All right, so conflicted, but I probably would have to go boot it. Yeah, you don't want to give up on the Fairmont. Don't want to cheat on it with that car if you had the money. I get it. You imagine how much more you could do to the Fairmont with that 10 grand. All right, let's go. We're going to move on to the Grand Wagoneer for Sean. Whoa, sorry guys. All righty. It's definitely not as clean as the other one, but doesn't look bad. And at another dealership, is it the same dealership? Nope, doesn't look like it. Anyways, let's go through. We got an 88 Grand Wagoneer, $8,800, 86,000. Lots of 8s in this. 86,000 miles. Auto trans blue with tan interior. We've got in the description, the Grand Wagoneer was a pioneer in the luxury 4x4 market. Very much so. Standard features included 12-spoke, 15-inch alloys. Say those 15s. Select track 2-wheel 4-wheel drive system. Dana 44s. Full floating solid axle in the front and semi-floating solid rear axle. Power disc brakes and rear drums. AccuSound by Jensen premium speakers, color-coded dark door panels and carpet, air conditioning, heater and manual controls, 6-way power front bucket seats, and Cumberland cord fabric inserts. It goes on and on and on. This is a very detailed description. Definitely looks like it wasn't washed before they took the pictures. It's definitely original looking. Let's just go with that. Need a little help on with that one fog light. Not a big deal. Looks like it could probably use a headlight too. That T-Bird in the background. Faux show. This kind of looks like I got rust down on these rockers, which is not abnormal for these things. Kind of looks like with this mold or whatever here, and on this is something that they pulled out of a field or maybe someone's barn, but okay, a couple more pictures. So interior isn't bad, at least this one. Definitely, again, kind of looks like it's, maybe that's wood. The interior could use a bit of a detail job, just like Walt is saying. Yep. Although I gotta say, the carpeting on the back of the seats is pretty clean. So is that back seat. Now we're back to the beginning and the original. Let's see where we got in there. Well, going back to the Monarch, you're right, Grant. It's probably not worth $9,900. I personally, I would pay that much just to be able to have a car that's an oddball, especially with the 14,000 miles. But that's just me. I mean, cars don't last that long around here to preserve any sort of oddball stuff like that. So, and then we got, it does kind of, like I say, it does look rough. It looks like somebody pulled it out of a field somewhere. What do we got? Yeah, well, it does seem like they were all blue or brown, and definitely every one of them had that wood grain. If you find one that doesn't, it's been restored. Definitely needs some, turn it into a lifted toy. Actually, I wouldn't. These things, if you were to do a full restoration on this thing, they're like 40, 50, 60 grand, especially out west. I don't understand why, but you can get some really big money for these old Grand Wagoneers. Excuse me, guys. Of course, I'd love to have seen the engine, because they didn't, again, show any pictures of the engine, although they've got the hood open, so why not? It only takes a second to open that hood. The only thing that concerns me about this car is you can see the rocker panels are rotted out. Also, this mold, must, whatever, glossy type stuff all through here. It just gets me worried that it's been sitting for a long time outside, but yeah. I don't know that I would go 8,800. I'd probably go a little bit lower, 7,500, and see if they would, go for it. But again, I'm just the host. You guys tell me whether it's worth it or not. And we've got Grant saying it's worth it. We have Laney going, nah. Novataz, the hood is tweaked. So I'm not sure if it's tweaked or whether it's just open. Oh, it is tweaked. Yeah, that's down over on that side. Good catch, Sean. Will you guys go ahead and figure out, the rest of you, whether we're going to buy it or boot it? And we will go to the 75 Buick Skylark that Grant wanted. Then we'll move onward. Another dealer. What do we got? We've got a 75 Buick Century for $9,900. 65,000 miles. Auto Trans Glacier Blue with blue paisley interior. Ooh, I can't wait to see that. I actually knew somebody that had one of these. I don't know if I think hers was a 73, but pretty cool cars. All right, we've got, oh man, 75 Buick Century 455 GS Tribute. I hate it when I hear it when I see Tribute, but that's just me. 455 V8 with a turbo 400 BM shifter, factory correct color combination. It's possible the only one. Okay, well, no, this isn't just an old lady's car that she used to get the groceries, the library, blah blah. There's much more to this car. Don't let the appearance fool you. This big hunk of Detroit steel is finished in outstanding factory correct glacier blue color, Arctic white tonneau cover, blah blah. Engine under our client's ownership, the original engine and transmission were replaced by a professionally rebuilt drive line from a 75 estate wagon. Blah blah blah. Well, that's a really long. That's really long in there. I'm not gonna. Let's. Here. Definitely a restored car, like a lot of the ones in the background. I think. Oh no, it wasn't a Buick. It was a old Cutlass that the friend had, not the Buick Century, because the taillights are different on hers. But I can't fault the people. It's a great looking car. Very well restored. I'm sure the interior, or not the interior, the are they going to do any interior shots? No, does not look like they're going to do any interior. Wow. Yeah. I like the color. Yes. Same place as the red car. Okay. Good notice. And yes, it is definitely garage kept autos. It's not great looking car. If it was not a tribute car, because I'm pretty sure they didn't do a GS Buick back in '75. I could be wrong. I don't think. Hey, Jason's here and you missed it. Well, no, you haven't missed it. There's a Cordoba, a 75 Cordoba that we may look at if you want. But anyway, 75 Buick Century, $9,900. I'm sure for somebody it's worth it every day. It's not quite my cup of tea. I like more original, good-looking cars. But you guys, okay, this falls into the Monarch category. Like it, would totally rock it, but it's one of those platforms that in this shape, it still is hard for me to think of it. Yeah. Very good point. And I know Walt agrees with you, Grant. It's definitely a decent car, but been there, done that. Okay. No Cordobas for anybody tonight. All right. So that is that. Let's, what else are we going to look at, guys? We'll do a couple more here, and maybe we'll hit a couple in our last zip code, and then we will call it a night. Gosh, another Grand Wagoneer, and it's the same place. Gotta run. Thanks, Grant, for staying as long as you did. As always, I'm glad that you stopped in, and I really do hope that this is something that takes off as well, because I think it's a lot of fun. All right. Any K cars? Not that I've seen yet, but we'll keep our it boggles the mind in some of the stuff that you see. I mean, take for instance, Tornado, and we'll go back up here. Riviera, basically the same car. Then we've got, I'm sure, I could have sworn I saw another one. Tornado convertible. Just amazing. Yeah, Tornado. It's probably all the same place. I'm trying to sell them, but and the Trofeos, dang. Red C10 square body. Okay. Nice looking truck right there. Alrighty. Another dealership. Got an 86 C10 K10. That's a C10 because it's two-wheel drive. Auto Trans, $8,900. Let's go through the description. Nope, we're not going through the description because it basically says, come schedule a test drive. So let's take a look through the multiple pictures here, and then we can see whether we're gonna. I say so far it's looking good, but nice deep chrome, and I don't know. They cut in fog lights into the bumper. I don't know that I remember that ever being a factory thing. Anyway, let's keep going through it. Looks like the hood might be louvered. Either that or it's some paint. I do agree, Sean. The wheels are kind of, they don't look right on this truck. Short bed. It's always a nice thing. No engine or trans included. Yeah, at that price, maybe. Aftermarket bumper. That's what I was thinking. Because I don't remember ever being a factory thing. Yeah, those definitely don't do the truck justice. Tires going flat. Don't really want to see all the tires. Not a factory interior. Those are seats definitely out of something different. Steering wheel. I hope they show the steering wheel because that kind of looks like it's out of an S10. Nice door cards. Spray and bed liner. Power windows and locks. And back to our beginning. For me, I wouldn't touch it for $8,900 because there's not enough info for me to even want to go and look at it. Great looking truck, don't get me wrong. A lot of style cues that I do not like, and I'm sorry, Jason, if this is what you're going to do with your Square. I'm really sorry. You know, to each their own. But I don't like the aftermarket bumper with the fogs incorporated. That just looks odd to me. The chrome on the wheel wells, not my cup of tea. Those rims do not do this thing justice. I've seen much better rims on these trucks before. Other than that, not a bad truck. What do you guys say? Are we going to keep it or are we going to boot it? We got Sean saying he wouldn't buy it. We got Benny with boot it. So got the boots so far. You guys sorted out in the chat. We'll pick one more car here in Benton, what is it? Bentonville? I think it was Benton Hill or something like that, Michigan, and then we'll go on to our last one. It's a great starter, but unfortunately for that price, boot it. I like how you think, Jason. A lot more boots. All right. So one last car for here. What do you guys think? Oh, I got an Elante. Two Elantes. Now, if you guys watch any Hobie's Garage, but he just got two Cadillac Elantes, the 93 Elantes. Poor sucker. You guys see anything for the last one, or should we move on to our last, the Astro? All right, let's go up to the Astro. Or was it down? Oh, there we go. Ah, the Astro. Chicago Auto Palace. Ah, so that's probably why we're seeing a lot of this. We're close to Chicago. Yes, the Elantes were POSs. Overpriced POSs. But looks like this also does not give us any information on the vehicle other than the pictures. So hopefully the pictures are good. And it's an 88 Astro CS for $78.88, 54,878 miles with auto trans. Let's go through those pictures. So far, I mean, this one looks super clean. I like the original rally wheels that these things came with. Okay, don't really care. Hope they show more than just the front corner. The other side must be totaled in or something because they just like this side. Thanks, Sean. Have a great night and take care. All right. Well, apparently the back's not totaled in. Oh, hey, it's not totaled in, either side. It's nice that they showed everything. But are they going to show the engine? No, they probably won't. Well, at least this picture shows a pretty clean interior. And that is our total look at this 88 Astro. Gotta say, I always kind of like these because they're kind of oddballs, but it was cool that you could get the rear wheel drive in these vans without having to go full size. Definitely funkier looking than your like G10s, but overall looks pretty clean. So yeah, I'm guessing it's the 4.3 because I think that's the only engine that these things came with. I don't know of anything else that may have been shoehorned in there. Although it'd be kind of interesting to see what you could do to hot rod one of these things. Would a 305, 350 fit in that engine pod? All right, guys. We got all the pictures. We know that it's roughly 55,000 miles, a little under $8,000. Would you buy it or would you boot it? And I agree, Benny. I do like the all-wheel drive versions of these things better, especially where I live up here. LS swap it. That would be very, very interesting, Jason. Very interesting. All right. And LS1 will fit into that Astro. Oh. I don't know that I would spend the $8,000 to rip it apart, especially that good of a looking one. I'd want to do more of a rat rod type of a deal. All right. So that does it for here in Benton Harbor, Michigan. Now we're going to go over to, well, I think it's, I would say, somewhat close to Sean's area, or at least state anyways, to Butler, Pennsylvania. 16011, I think it was. 16001. 1601. No, not Spain. We want to go to Butler, Pennsylvania. All right. I'm going to do, we're at 9 o'clock here on the Eastern. We'll do 3 or 4 cars here and call it an evening. Jason, thank you very much for stopping in for the time that you did. Very much appreciate it. Enjoy your sleep because I know it's getting late in your neck of the woods. We'll do like 3 or 4 cars here, and then we'll call it for the series premiere of Buy It or Boot It. And let me know what you guys see that you want to look at closer. There's something you don't see every day. Some pretty nice looking rigs here. The white New Yorker. Got it. White New Yorker it is. Look at that land yacht. Why can't you put just a little bit of info in there? All right, so no description other than call them. We were looking at a 77 Chrysler New Yorker, 92,000 miles, auto trans, which is pretty standard for these cars. $8,500. Let's take a look through the pictures. Colorado car, so what it's doing in Pennsylvania. It's got me. I like that it's a 2-door. Decent interior, at least from that shot. Highway headlights, yep, definitely something I love from that era of automotive history. Lots of interior shots. Not so much on the exterior. All right. Gone through all the pictures. We're looking at a 77 Chrysler New Yorker. 92,000 miles and $8,500 for it. So what do you guys think? Are you buying it or are you booting it to the curb? All right, we are going to, I want to take a look at this because I don't know that I've ever seen an Oldsmobile Starfire Mirage. I know it's same thing, sure it's the same thing as a, oh gosh, what would it be? The, oh, not a Vega. Maybe Vega? Anyways, let's take a look through it. 77 Olds Starfire Mirage, $7,500. 2 owner with less than 24,000 miles. Last owner purchased it out of a local automobile dealership showroom. Car was ordered in a white base model with red interior, optional 305, 2-barrel carb, 4-speed trans. The dealership body shop installed the Mirage body kit and painted the tomato red and gold stripes, and installed aluminum mags. V8 option was only available 77 through 79. Blast to drive. Turns heads. I can see why, because like I said, first time I've ever seen one of these things. Since I've owned it, I replaced the radiator, hose, thermostat, oil pressure switch, electric fuel tank pump, and rubber fuel lines, 2-tank and rubber filler neck. Fuel tank sending unit does not work, so you're going to need a little bit of work on this. Looked at one when I looked for one when I had the tank out, but could not find one. Oh, that might be an issue then. Someone told me you could have them rebuilt, which I'm sure is true. Never seen winter, always garaged. Anti-seize on all the boats, blah, blah. So, oh, hood release. Hood won't open. Oh, started out really good, and then it starts, okay, Monza. That's what I was thinking, not the Vega, the Monza. Yep, thanks, Walt, for that. And I'm sure you're... Okay, so you guys both say that the New Yorker should be less than that price. I would agree with you. Let's take a look at the Mirage. Not well done, at least in my opinion. You know, sides and everything like that. I mean, this is kind of a weird thing on both sides. And I got the trunk lip not lining up well. 23,000 miles. What did they say? Not 24. Very clean interior. Yeah, definitely looks like a 305. Although they said they couldn't get the hood open. Oh, well, must have figured it out at some point. It's actually kind of cool that they take some pictures underneath. Definitely for the Monza era of cars, as this one is, have it be as rust-free as those pictures show is quite amazing. So bravo. All right, guys. 77 Oldsmobile Starfire Mirage, $7,500. Needs a fuel pump. What do you guys think? Buying it or booing it? Little garish for my taste, but cool car anyways. What are we going to look at next, gentlemen? That is not a stanza. What is that yellow thing? Lots of boots. Must be getting deep. Yeah. A Beetle. All right. Let's go back and look at the Beetle. Oh. Manx. Mr. Plow. We can definitely look at Mr. Plow in a minute. All right. We are looking at the Barry Mini T Dune Buggy kit that was available 69 to 71. Our research finds that George Barris had some involvement in developing these bodies. Ours is an original body sitting on a 69 Volkswagen chassis, custom pearl paint, aluminum slotted wheels, and the perfect period correct touch for carpeting. Oh yeah, you can see it from here. Brand new AM, FM, CD player, dual speakers, starts right up, runs like an absolute dream. Rare opportunity to own an original Mini T that is cosmetically restored to the 70s time period of freedom and fun. $9,900. Cool. I think. Oh, that's right. I remember what you said. I remember what Mr. Plow now. Sorry about that. You can tell it's getting late for me. Holy moly, look at that interior. Oh, doggy dog. Seamus, quiet. Sorry, guys. That is definitely a 70s look. I would not want to. Yeah, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. If this is not what you're talking about, Pete, as far as the Beetle goes, well, I'll go back and we'll go back in and find it. But I'm kind of like the Manx Myers Manx look, a little bit better than this one, but not terrible. Key needs to go with it. Yes, the dog was reacting to the interior. Whoever wrote it was an editor for a magazine. Yeah, definitely. Salesman to the core. Rally Sport Classics. Very Mini T. Yep, that definitely looks like it. Wonder if this paperwork comes with it as well. Hate to get caught in the rain with that. Yeah, that would be one thing to worry about. All right. So what are we gonna do? Would we buy this for $9,900 or would you boot it? I kind of say it's kind of cool. I do like the looks of the Myers Manx a little bit better, and I don't know if I could handle that fur carpeting. But overall, I dig the style. Kind of cool. I don't know that I'd pay $9,900 for it, but definitely got that 70s vibe. All right. Let's say we're gonna do 2 more cars, then we're gonna call it an end for this first episode. So now, Pete, that was the Beetle you were talking about, or did I completely miss it again? '80s Buick old school. That's, yes, it's an '80s Buick, but that's more than just an old school. Okay, great. I want to make sure that I was getting the right excuse me, vehicle for you. All right. MG 70 MG MGB Sailor Motor Company, Somerset, Pennsylvania. 75 vet missing side pipes. All right, so we got a 70 MGB GT, dark green exterior, beige interior, 1.7 liter 4 with dual carb, 4-speed manual, electronic overdrive. Very nice car, garage kept, never out in bad weather. Let's save big today. It says so right down at the bottom there. Wow. I've always, kind of dug these MG GTs because they're a little bit different than the convertibles. One point I actually had the opportunity to buy one of these things, but it needed a complete restoration, and I didn't have the the time, capacity, or know-how to do it. And I kind of kicked myself that I did. One of these, install an LS. That would be super fun. Absolutely. That's what I thought. I didn't think there were a ton of these GTs. That's why I was always drawn to them. Yep, that's an inline 4. Wow, it'd probably take a little work to get a V8 slammed in there. But nice thing is, it looks like you've got some room to play with in the front. Maybe slant the radiator down a bit. Overall, not bad. So we got, it's a 70 MG GT, $9,900, 46,000 miles on it. What do you guys think? Are you gonna pay nearly 10 grand for this rig, or are we going to boot it on down the road? Sorry guys, I just gotta see what this thing actually is. Oh my lord. Wow. I can't even bear to look at that again. Boot it, hacksaw and sledge. Yeah. I know a guy with a gold one with a coyote in it. Wow. That it must be stupid fast. Those things can't weigh more than, well, probably 2,200 pounds. Yeah, you put anything, you put a good sized V6 in it and still, go like snot. All right, what's our last car going to be, guys? Side note, Kip, I'm going to check out a 73 Volvo. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see that video. Is that something that's in a yard, or something that is actually, a runner, or is it an auction? Or am I going to have to wait and watch the video? '75 Vet missing side pipes. Okay, let's go back up and find the '75 Vet that's missing the side. Oh yeah, there it is. Final vehicle for tonight will be this '75 Corvette. It's an auction. Oh, cool. Rolls. Okay, we'll do the two. We'll go to this, Vet quickly, and we'll go over the rolls, and then we're done, guys. That's it. The Vet and the rolls. Personally, I've always kind of like the earlier C3s with the bumperettes that you can get on there. But let's go through the ad here. We've got 75 flamethrower for sure. It's a non-runner. Hope it goes cheap. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, either way, I mean, you pick that up, the Volvo up, cheap enough. Throw something else in it. You can have a good car, especially if it's in decent shape. All right, 75 Vet, $99.99, 25,000 miles. Yeah, okay. 4-speed manual transmission, 25,000 miles. Title is exempt for mileage. Okay. Power steering, power brakes, blue leather interior, Edelbrock carb, Wyand intake, fiberglass bumpers, and much more. And no side pipes other than straight headers. Doesn't say in there. Hopefully they'll show inside. But knowing that it's a dealership, probably not. T-tops, that's one thing they didn't put in there. Seats need a little help here and there. Yeah, I'd drive it. I'd drive this all day long. I'm not sure I'd pay the 10 grand for it. That'd be fun. I actually know somebody that has an anniversary, 25th anniversary vet that they're looking at selling in the spring. Might try to get a video out on that car if I can talk them into it. Well, at least the engine runs. Yeah, definitely Y-end intake. Yeah, it'd be nice to tell us what the engine actually is. The carpeting looks good. Seats need a little bit of help. Interior, it's rough around the edges, but overall decent. Hooker side mufflers readily available. Yep, not bad. I think it's slightly overpriced at $99.99. I would do like $7 grand if I had the money. That's just me. And we got Pete saying that's 10 grand is too much. Next episode should do vehicles from Texas. Yep, we definitely can do that. I will come up with a couple of places in or somewhere in Texas, definitely, and then we'll see what else the random zip code generator pulls for it. But yeah, and it's nice to know you agree with me, Pete, on the price. Decent car, good runner, definitely. And then our final vehicle, we're going to go find that Rolls Royce. '74 Silver Shadow, and this is our last one for tonight. So let's go through it. Very little total, not surprising for a British car. Needs wiring work. 74 Rolls Royce Silver Shadow, $8,500, 53,000 miles. Hopefully it's original. Actually, it's got 52,000 mics apparently. Sorry, guy. I apologize to whoever put this ad up. $8,500. Let's look through the two pictures. Yep, there it is. Fuse box, 1,800 on that thing. Yep, I would fully say that it's at least the fuse box. Who knows with British wiring? Without knowing more about the car, other than it's 53,000 miles and it needs electrical work, I wouldn't pay $8,500 for it. But it is classic Rolls Royce, look. And again, it's easy to make it run right. You pull out the Rolls engine, throw in a LS, put in a harmless or a painless wiring harness, hook it up to a Holly standalone, and you're set to go. So I would do $5 grand and then do that to it with the other 3,500. But that's just me. What do you guys think? Last car, this 74 was Rolls Royce. I'm gonna boot it. What do you guys say? Whoops, I forgot to change that. Dang it. The banner should have said that. Bummer. I forgot to change. The one thing I forgot to change. All right. We're going to stop sharing. Bring it back here. All right, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this first episode of Buy It or Boot It. We're going to be doing this every Wednesday, with the exception of Christmas. I just remembered Christmas is on a Wednesday this week, so we will not be doing it on Christmas. Maybe we'll do a Christmas Eve show instead. We'll have to play that one by ear. But definitely, I had a great time. I thank you all for that were in here and participated, and I hope you all have a fantastic night. And we will see you on Friday for our normal car chat with Kip, where we go over our car news and recalls and whatnot. And then we'll see you again next week. We might have a couple other things happening video-wise, but we'll see how that all goes. Take care. And as we end all of our other videos is dreams without ambition are like cars without gas. You're not going to get very far. God bless. Take care. Have a good night.